Congratulations, you finally made it to 4 p.m. You know what that means. Happy hour. It's time to kick back, relax, and dive into the world of sports with the Young and Norvelle Show. Whether you're catching up on the latest scores, analyzing the big plays, or gearing up for tonight's games, we've got you covered. So grab a cold one, settle in, and let's talk sports. Here they are, Patrick Young and Terry Norvelle.
Hey, don't look now, but your boy Scotty Scheffler was on the move in a big way today. Round 2 of the British Open over in Northern Ireland has just about wrapped up. I think we got 2 guys through 17 holes, just about wrapped up. But Scotty Scheffler, the best player in the world right now, and really the last 3 or 4 years, the best player in the world, has made it to the top, to the tip-top of the leaderboard. Scotty Scheffler blistered Royal Portrush Golf Club over in Portrush, Northern Ireland. Today, Scheffler threw up a little 64 for the boys. 64. Yes, it's a par 71, but that is a blistering score, the lowest of the tournament, I do believe, and it was a scoring day. Welcome, everybody. Terry Norvelle here on a Friday. We're going to have a good time for a couple hours on the final edition this week. A lot of stuff overlapping. Major League Baseball's back. The British Open will carry us through the weekend. A lot of stuff still going on. You've got the NFL rookies, including the Jaguar rookie camp, will open tomorrow, and then I think it's Tuesday. Everybody gets together. Pretty much that's the schedule across the NFL. So the Jaguars getting together really for real now, starting tomorrow, and the rookies. And then, as I said, early next week, the entire team kicks off training camp. Kicks off training camp. Sounds good to me. Major League Baseball will get into NFL camp storylines. There were quite a few listed on a ESPN article, and then they broke it off to the training camp battles, and the Jaguars made this one. And it was, I think it's from a positive light. They talk about the Jaguar running back room, and we'll get into that as we go. College football X factors, we'll get into that. But, of course, you can't talk college football today without kind of looking back at the SEC Media Days. They wrapped up yesterday. The media predictions came out, and we'll go down those. Some interesting tabulations with regard to well over 1,000 media members, and most of them vote, even if they leave a little early. But there's some interesting numbers and some interesting gaps between teams. We'll talk about who the media as a whole thinks will win this year's SEC football championship, and then obviously be positioned really, really well to get into the playoff. That, and we have a really educational this date in sports history. Everybody's going to enjoy it. Casey Kurtz, as I welcome Mr. Casey to the show. You are going to really appreciate a couple of these, Casey. Really appreciate a couple of these.
Is that right?
Yes, I promise. You're going to wow. You're going to wow some people over the weekend. Wow, some people over the weekend, I think. Casey, non-sports topic, but we're going to tie it a little bit into sports. And you may have followed this story. It's still breaking. A little more than me, but it is pretty funny, and this thing has gone, I think, internationally viral. I'll tease it with this. Coldplay concert told Cubs game, hold my beer. Have you followed what happened at the Coldplay concert?
Yeah, we broke it down for hours on the show this morning.
All right,
yesterday.
What do you got? Give a synopsis. You've got a really wealthy guy, married, and pick it up there.
Yeah, CEO of Astronomic, I believe, is the company. He's worth $1 billion.
That's all.
Was with his head of human resources.
Okay, nothing wrong with that.
At the concert.
Oh, man, they probably got a suite up there somewhere.
You would think.
And they're sweet.
And the biggest mistake of the whole thing is if you're going to be hugged up with your human resources head of whatever.
And
head
she's probably not his wife and human resources head.
She is definitely not his wife.
Yeah, okay.
But she is definitely the head of human resources for their company. If you're going to be hugged up with her at the Coldplay concert, maybe don't freak out when they put you on camera.
Yeah.
Because that's the biggest takeaway here. This is a nothing story.
Yeah.
If they don't jump and act like idiots.
Yeah.
If they just stay hugged up, nobody has any idea.
And it was kiss cam kind of thing?
Yeah, they were just showing people in the crowd.
Just kiss cam, and they were she was in front of him, and and they dashed. He probably would have gotten sold out anyway, but it wouldn't have been as public, right?
Wouldn't have been as bad.
When they dove like they were jumping on grenades, that tells everybody in the world they up to no good. That's the old naked.
Yep.
If you're naked, you don't have any clothes on. If you're naked, you have no clothes on and you're up to no good.
Yeah.
But, I tied that into, you remember one of the funny scenes in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah, sure.
They all skip school, and they're having a big time, and they got hours to fill, and what the hell, let's go catch the Cubs game in the daytime.
That's right.
And Ferris and his girlfriend, his best friend, they're in the crowd at Wrigley, and damn if a line drive foul ball doesn't come right to them, and of course they're on camera.
Unlucky. Unlucky for sure.
And they're like, no. That was a couple days ago. Have we heard fallout from Wifey? Is Doghouse being used right now as a sleeping quarters?
Well, I mean, she changed her Facebook name. She took the last name off.
Oh, boy.
So they'll definitely get divorced. She'll get half, which is cool.
Oh, boy.
Good for her. Believe they're still both employed. He'll obviously stay employed. She may not.
Yeah.
It's
and this
been
should
fun.
not factor. But earlier today, when I'm perusing the internet, of course that story's big, and the main still photo, and the video's there too. But the still photo, they're snuggled up. She's kind of in front of him. And he's got his arms around her. Well, today, for the first time earlier, a few hours ago, there was superimposed, on the side, his wife, and she's pretty. If that was a now, looks should not matter in this. I mean, but gosh darn, the wife was pretty, I thought.
Yeah.
And wait a minute. She's worth $500 million soon, and she's pretty.
She's going to be available.
But what a story. Do Coldplay. Still real popular. I know the name. I probably would know a couple of their hit songs, right? They're big time, right?
Yes.
Where was the concert at? Do we know?
Yeah, it was at Gillette Stadium.
Gillette?
In, which where the Patriots play.
Pats. The Pats play there. Yep. And, Coldplay, right? I mean, they've got hit songs. And are they still top of their game, or are they,
No, they're still pretty popular.
Yeah, still pretty popular.
Sold out a football stadium.
Yeah, how about that?
So,
how about that? Yeah, but I did not find out. Supposedly there was a friend next to them, a girl that was grinning ear to ear. Do we know what her story is?
She works there as well. That's what we know about her.
Oh,
we know that. Well, I guess we don't know, but we venture to believe she is not involved in this debacle. Okay. But friends with both of them, so she was there, and her reaction made it all the better.
Do we have any? Do we think it was total random, or might somebody have tipped somebody off? Might the cameraman?
Oh no, we think it's random.
Yeah, just the cameraman was going around like they do at games and concerts. Kiss cam.
Exactly.
Wow. Now I guarantee a dude will try and bribe somebody into saying, "Well, that cameraman better watch out." That's all I'm gonna say. That cameraman better watch out. Oh, kiss cam. Who would have thunk?
What a moment. What a moment. Great day for the internet the other day. That's what we talked about.
Really? Is that was the takeaway?
Yeah, because that was like one of three things. You had that, you had the Shane Gillis monologue.
Yeah.
And then you had the what was it?
Yeah, one more big one.
Yeah, the real life Annabelle doll killed somebody.
Oh my. I can't leave that dangling. Can you help us there? What?
Yeah, you don't know anything about that?
No!
Oh. Do you know what the Annabelle doll is?
Annabelle doll. No, help me out.
So it's like a doll that is said to be cursed.
Okay.
And it's a real life thing.
You can buy it at the store.
No. This is real life. This is a real life cursed doll that apparently back in the day killed a bunch of people. It's a real life thing. And they made movies about it. And there's one guy that is set to like guard, if you will, the doll. And you're not supposed to touch the doll. Well, he switched cases for the doll and died. Had a heart attack and died. Minutes later.
They told him.
There you go.
They told him.
Oh, so yeah, heck of a day for the internet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wowzy. Wow. And wow. What about Scotty Scheffler? By the way, how long does he stay with Scotty?
Forever.
At some point, 45, 50, 55, is he still Scotty Scheffler?
Yep.
Senior tour? Okay. 64. Goodness gracious. Low round of the tournament so far. And Fitzpatrick, for people that haven't followed it, today, Scotty Scheffler, he followed a 68 with a 64. He's in the clubhouse. He's alone at 10 under. Matt Fitzpatrick, one shot back at 9 under. He threw a 66 on top of a 67 opening round. Brian Harmon, who's won this thing, right, a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Left-hander from Georgia. He is 8 under. Lee is also 8 under, and then you got 4 or 5 guys at 5 under. A little bit below, though. And I'm giving you this from the TV boys' perspective. Number one, the TV boys are ecstatic right now, broadcasting, NBC, USA, and Peacock. They're ecstatic with Scheffler. I mean, they'll take that and run. But don't look now. Roy McIlroy, 3 under. If he has one more good round, boy, if they could get McIlroy and his Masters and his sullen, he's been very sullen, right? And kind of angry, but his game's come back a little bit. Imagine Sunday if McIlroy and Scheffler, particularly with this being the British Open,
right?
Can they, if they're at the top of the Sunday leaderboard about 2 o'clock, 2:30, 3 o'clock, when they say, "Ooh,
be good."
Woo! But boy, Scotty Scheffler, he's chasing what? Major number 4, I believe. Got 3. And, man, every time you start thinking about these majors, man, Nicklaus and Woods, you just go, God almighty. Scotty Scheffler feels like he's been the hot guy for 5 years. He's got 3 majors. 3. The number's 18, and Scheffler's 28. What do you get? You go pretty good till early 40s. Anything after early 40s is a little bit of found money in your pocket, right?
Yeah.
A little bit.
That's fair.
Gosh darn. 18 and what, 15 for Tiger? God.
Something like that, yeah.
God. Scheffler's at 3.
He is.
If he won, say, and I get it, there's 4 a year. If he won, this would be a huge, what if he won 5 of the next 12? He's sitting on 8. He's still 10 back.
Yeah, exactly.
God.
Probably not doable.
Man, oh man. Jack Nicklaus put it way, way out there. Way out there. And again, Nicklaus rarely was hurt. I know he didn't have any, missed 6 months, missed 2 years. And that's key.
Yes.
That is key. You start missing time. And like I said, there's only 4 a year. If you either miss 1 or 2 or are just banged up, you may play it, but, a lot of these guys, I'm sure, are banged up to where, I can play it, I may make some money. I'm not going to win the damn thing. I'm going to try as hard as I can, but I'm not in winning shape. Okay, SEC Media Days we'll get to. Jaguar Camp Battle, I want to get to that as we go. Major League Baseball, I am, Jack. You excited? Second half?
Yeah.
Has kicked off. Yeah, we've actually, let's see if we
Cubs are playing right now.
Yeah, we've got some games going on right now. Cubs, ooh, that's one of the games on one of the series that are opening up. Best series in baseball for the first opening week of the second half. Cubs at home leading Boston, trying to snap Boston's 10-game. Woo! 4-1 in the bottom of 6, and then nothing else starts until about 6:40. And obviously, it's a full slate of games. We'll get to some news and notes, some baseball, kind of their storylines going into the second half. All right, what else is going on? I hope to hear from Patrick Young. Not sure. Brent Beard may be traveling back.
No.
What do we got?
I'm just thinking about Brent, yeah. Not again.
Oh, and you said he was good at that, too. What spooked him, do you think? What was different? In the car, maybe, versus...
Yeah, it's a little different.
Yeah, probably in the car. I think he was in the car.
He got it on, though.
Yeah. Remember we saw him there for...
Doesn't get enough credit for getting it on, but
Yeah.
it was connected at one point in time.
Yeah, and he looked good.
Looked good. Lost him.
What is this story? See here. Police, noose found at Titans' new stadium site, work halted. What the hell is this about?
Not a clue.
Noose was found at the site of the Tennessee Titans' new Nissan Stadium, according to Metro Nashville Police, which said Friday that they are investigating the incident. Tennessee Builders Alliance, which is leading the stadium construction, said work at the site had been halted amid the investigation. That's weird.
That's not great.
Now, hopefully, maybe it's a rope or something tied in a noose. And, a lot of times this time of year, these outdoor workers, they'll put their sweaty shirt up to dry, hopefully something like that, you know, and they put their second shirt on or their third shirt or their work boots or something, change out of their soaking wet. But, man, it's hot out there.
It is.
It is hot. That's a weird story.
Yeah,
Weird.
not a good one.
Just pop there for a second. Let's go ahead and get to the Jaguars. It's not a huge deal, but anytime I think right now we find a NFL story kind of ranking or talking about the league as a whole, and we can find a positive reference to the Jaguars. I think it's big. I mean, it was brutal there for 2 or 3 weeks. It was just brutal. So let's see who did this today. Ben Solak, I think his name is, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, for ESPN. He had a story today previewing the top storylines for 2025 NFL training camp. So we kind of scroll past that, and then he has underneath that individual team camp battles, training camp battles, Colts quarterback situation. That is going to be fun, by the way. The Colts, just to see if the bonus baby, Richardson gets beat out by a former bonus baby, but nobody understood. Did anybody really understand why Daniel Jones went that high and got that kind of money?
No, I mean, necessity at the time.
I guess. I mean, Anthony Richardson, I've never been impressed with Anthony Richardson, but you could see how somebody would fall in love with the raw athleticism.
Sure.
Daniel Jones, not so much, but that is going to be a fun one. So that's one camp battle. We won't get into that real deep. Chiefs left tackle. They bring that up, and they always seem to figure that out, though, don't they?
Yeah, more times than not.
They made the Super Bowl one year with no starting right or left tackles. Cowboys running back situation. I'm not deep into that to really what precisely are the Cowboys up to at running back. It's unclear after producing a 1,000-yard season. Rico Dowdle left in free agency, blah, 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 blah. So they need a running back. There you have it. Is it time we put the 1,000-yard rushing season to bed with 17 games?
What do you mean?
It used to be. I didn't
like as an accomplishment.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
I don't think many people care.
Yeah. They reference that. I know. I think when it was 16 games, that averaged out to 67 yards a game. So it's even less than that now that you got 17.
Yeah, it's not an impressive stat at this point.
But boy, that was the number though for a long time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Same with receiving.
Yeah.
But again.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a 1,000-yard receiver at this point.
Yes, certainly do, and everybody has a guy that's pushing 100 catches.
Yeah,
because the ball's in the air so much. That was unheard of.
It's true.
A couple decades ago. Here's the Jaguar one, Jaguar running back. And I think, and you can help me out with this, I think this is written clearly from the good perspective. This isn't, I don't think, hey, a camp battle in Jacksonville running back, which bad's going to win a bad situation bad? You know, I think this is from the good. Here we go. 3-headed battle is underway in Jacksonville. The presumed starter is Travis Etienne. 2021 first-round pick, started 46 of a possible 53 games since entering the league. Last season, he lost touches to Tank Bigsby. We all know that. Blah, 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 gives some numbers and what have you. Now the offensive staff in Jacksonville has been overhauled, and new coach Liam Cohen used a 2-headed backfield well when he was coordinating the offense for the Buccaneers last season. So why not just play Etienne Bigsby in a committee? Because a third back, I should say, entered the fray, 4th-round pick, and how do you pronounce Bashul?
Yeah.
Bashul Tootin, yeah. And I saw him play 4 or 5 times in his career. I just happened to be watching Virginia Tech games. Pretty nice player. He's got a burst.
He does.
Fumbleitis is his knock, 9 college fumbles, but they think he may be in the I have no inside knowledge, just I've seen them all play. I've probably seen Tootin play more than a lot of people in this area just because I'm a weirdo for college football. And I don't think a lot of people would have thought, let me watch Virginia Tech and this running back. No. I remember him. He had a burst. He was a quick guy, little quick guy. But your thoughts, I want, Casey. My thoughts, I still think it's going to be the 2 guys. I still think it's going to be a committee, Etienne and Bigsby. I just don't. I think it's. I don't know if there's going to be a lead dog in that two-headed monster here. But I think they're going to be your guys. I don't think this Tootin cat's going to roll in and take 200 carries, and one of them, Etienne or Bigsby's barely going to see the field, and he's already packing his bags next year. Your thoughts on that? Do you think Tootin does? And I know we haven't really seen anything of him.
No, I mean, that's not going to be the case, but they're going to have to work him in because you made the investment in the pick. Travis Etienne's probably not going to be here next year, which you've established. So
yeah,
you need to get that guy in a position to know what you have going into next year. But, I mean, he's not going to lead the team in carries by any stretch.
Yeah, but are you okay with those? I'm okay with those 2 running backs.
Yeah, no, I think they're fine.
You can get a lot better, I guess. But what you just said, though, maybe Etienne plays this as a contract year.
Yeah, I mean, this is it for him.
Yeah, it's his contract year if you're right about that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the thought is he will not be here next year. Nobody pays their running back.
Yeah, definitely. But I think I don't see the third guy tooting just gangbusters and unseating almost hard unseating one of these guys and
right.
And then it's a two-man with Tootin. But no, I thought that was a pretty good assessment, and it came from a point of positive, not negative.
Correct.
And a lot of them have not been coming from that perspective. So there's a couple. What was the other one that was decent the other day? Gosh darn, remember we talked about it? We said, I'll try and figure it out. The Jaguars got some love. Heck, I don't know. Too late.
Sleepers, I think.
Yeah, might have been something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, take what you can get right now. Definitely. All right, let's take a break here. One down, a long way to go. We take it to 6 o'clock. The Young and Norvelle show going on here on Action Sports Jax. When we come back, let's dive into what did the media think after all the talking season was done in Atlanta for SEC Media Days. Let's take a look at the poll, the media poll, how they think the SEC will stack up. Some surprises. Stay with us, and we'll go over that.
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dynamic Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jax PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
This has been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jax PAL.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jax Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jax Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jax Beach.
There's a saying in sports, you can't win them all, but you can win a lot with good folks on your team. Like that one painter, First Coast. It's tough to beat the sun in Florida, so your home fades. It's tough to beat that HOA when they come calling. Beat the sun, beat the HOA with that one painter, First Coast. And it's a good time to do it. Less rain to work around and painting in mild temperatures is perfect. After all, the paint bonds to the surface so much better. Give that one painter First Coast a call at 904-417-3557 or look them up at first-coast.thatonepainter.com. Fast estimate, guidance on color and HOA requirements, and the highest quality job you'll find anywhere. Be a big winner in your neighborhood with that one painter First Coast on your team.
When you think sports, you think Action Sports Jacks, the official station of the Jaguars, on location for every game. But the most experienced team in town doesn't stop there. From high school football to the big events in the area, Action Sports Jacks is always on. Now, we take that to a new level. Action Sports Jacks 24/7 is around-the-clock coverage of the teams you love and the moments you can't miss. The best local sports in Jacksonville on Action Sports Jacks 24/7.
All right, back we are. Typical hot July day as we are really on the back half of July. NFL training camp for rookies starts tomorrow, including here in Jacksonville, and then they really get in the heat on Tuesday pretty much across the NFL. Welcome back, Terry Norvelle. We've also got Patrick Young joining us now. Brent Beard will be with us this first hour as well as he has made his way back from Atlanta. Patrick, welcome. We were going to get into, and we can right now, I can't wait to hear some of your thoughts. Want to get into the SEC Media Days. It's over now, the media tabulation. Yeah, and they did their voting at the end of it. They vote, and I think they just released it this morning. I want us to spend some time. I'll start with you, Pat. Let me throw out some of the numbers in terms of the media vote and things that might surprise you, surprise me. Texas, number one. I think we all thought Texas was going to get the nod. It's kind of their year. So they finally unseed Alabama and Georgia. Texas 1, Georgia 2. I'll stop there, though. Patrick, that doesn't surprise me. What surprises me is the vote total. Texas got 96 first-place votes. Georgia got 44. I'm surprised at that gap. That surprise you? That's a big gap.
I would say no, because I think maybe people aren't convinced Gunnar Stockton can be a number one, the quarterback on the number one team. Yeah, like he hasn't proven that yet. And Arch Manning has shown flashes, and you're biased by the name Manning. Let's be honest.
You are. You can be. It's an for most people, it's an intoxicating name. I mean, you've seen the other two youngsters, obviously, if you're old enough to remember the dad, but no Manning has flopped, right? No Manning has flopped. And they all, including Arch, have come to this level with a big, a lot of stuff to carry on their shoulders. I wonder also, though, I'm glad you went to the quarterbacks. A couple of things. If Arch Manning was about to lead Georgia, and Gunnar Stockton, with his lack of experience as well, was about to lead Texas, I'm not so sure the vote's not flopped. Or, and I always forget the Mandarin kid that went to Miami. What's his name?
Carson Beck.
So, I always forget. I don't know why. I've interviewed the guy in person before.
You have? Come on, dog.
I know. How bad is that? How about this? What if Carson, help me out, Beck? Carson Beck.
Stop.
I was kidding. What if Carson Beck had stayed at Georgia, played all last year, finished up the year, didn't get hurt, had a good year, good solid year, came back? I think that vote would be a lot closer, or Georgia might be one.
I think Georgia would be one.
It'd be definitely closer.
That'd be closer. I think Georgia would be one, but the gap would not be 45 votes like it is now or whatever.
How about that? Yeah. That's
maybe a 10 vote gap.
Yeah, I'm with you. That's what struck me. And you're right, I think. I think you're dead on that it's that quarterback situation, that intoxicating Manning name. And Texas was good last year. I mean,
what are your thoughts on him? What do you think he's going to
I think he'll be a real solid quarterback. Yeah, it looks like he's very talented, very athletic. He's got more leg game than I thought. He's fairly quick and mobile. Yeah, he'll be fine. I think he'll be fine. Will he be the greatest Heisman Trophy? I don't know if he'll be a Heisman Trophy winner, but I think he will be fine. I don't think Texas will lose a bunch of games because they have bad quarterback play. Let's put it that way.
No. I think his legs are going to be something I think is going to, not Patrick Mahomes like, but in terms of keeping drives going, he's not going to run enough for you to have a spy to commit to having a quarterback spy.
Good point.
But like you don't bring the house on him either.
Yeah. Good point.
So he's going to be one of those guys that's going to be a high touchdown yardage passing in total yards, and he'll have, I don't know, he might have 10 or 11 rushing touchdowns this year.
I could see that. I could darn sure see that. Now, that Manning name also brings a lot to bear.
Yeah.
No matter how he plays, and no matter what the scoreboard reads, if and when Texas loses games, a lot of people, see, he's not Superman. I mean, I could see him throwing for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, Texas getting beat, 45-38, and people, look at Mr. Superman. Well, what else do you want him to do? He'll have that too if they lose the game.
I don't think that's going to matter.
Yeah.
As long as he can get Texas to the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think, Peyton nor Eli, they didn't win a national championship, right?
Nope.
Right. So, like him, you would equate him to making the level, I think, of his family if he at least makes it to the playoffs. And I think he's in a great position to do that this year. I don't think he has to be Superman.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I don't think he has.
Not with that team. They're
right,
good,
not on
man.
that team.
Yeah.
They always run the ball well. Athletes at the receiver position, corn-fed offensive line.
Yeah. And that damn linebacker, number 0, Anthony, Callie, whatever his name is, man, they've got a linebacker, maybe the best player on their team across the board. Let me go a little further here. So, SEC Media Day, the media poll came out as they all exited Atlanta. Texas won, 96 first-place votes. Georgia 2, no surprise, but 44 votes. That is a surprise. Alabama 3 at 29, and LSU 4 at 20. I'm going to stop it there. I think it's very interesting. According to the media, those are the 4 teams that have really a chance to get in the playoffs. Texas, Georgia, Alabama, LSU, because LSU got 20 first-place votes. South Carolina checks in at 5. They only got 5 first-place votes. So that tells you the media thinks the 1, the 2, the 3, or the 4 teams from the SEC will be named either or Texas, Georgia, Alabama, LSU, and then it falls off. I could live with that. I mean, I understand that. Texas, Georgia, Alabama, LSU.
Yep.
While you're pondering that, let me go ahead and go through the top 10, and we'll finish.
Okay.
South Carolina at 5. Getting a lot of Lenore sellers. Florida at 6. We'll come right back. We'll come right back to Florida. Ole Miss at 7, 1 behind Florida. Texas A&M at 8, Tennessee at 9, and Oklahoma at 10. Let's jump up. South Carolina is getting a lot of Lenore sellers love. A lot of people, and boy, they seem to have caught.
He's in the Heisman prediction for this upcoming year.
Yeah. I think preseason, everything we've seen, and I say everything we've seen, including Napier running football games, I think Florida at 6 is fair right now. Could they finish higher?
I'm not mad at that, man.
Yeah. Could they finish higher? Yeah. Could they flop out of there? Yeah.
I know.
Don't you think that's fair? 6?
That's improvement.
Yeah, they were 12 last year in this poll.
That's great improvement, great strides in the right direction. I mean, I could see LSU, I think LSU and South Carolina, those would be the teams I have the least confidence in of maintaining where they are. So I think it's fair game for Florida to have a top 5 finish, maybe five being the latter.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. But in terms of preseason, I think that's a bunch of neutral media members, I think that was a fair assessment of what we've seen, what we think they have. I still think a lot of people are like me. They question, can Florida's coaching staff help their team and not hurt their team in a lot of games? Right. We also let's go ahead and bring in Brent Beard as well. He spent a lot of time obviously covering the SEC this week. Brent, great timing as we welcome you back in. How you doing, my friend?
Greetings to both of you. Nice to be with you.
And we were just going over the poll came out. The media poll just finally came out. And Brent, let me back up. Pat had a lot of insight. Texas 1, Georgia 2, Bama 3, LSU 4. I'll stop it there. They got the most votes. I think we all expected Texas 1. I didn't expect the vote differential. 96 first place to 44. That was big to me, I thought. I guess it's quarterback induced.
It is. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. And Texas is really considered to be the power. I think when you look on the media's, it came out today instead of earlier, which is pretty smart on part of the SEC to do that. The Texas had several guys on there that we would that we've seen in the preseason magazines and so forth. But the thing about the conference is so loaded, guys, that unlike the Big Ten, that you've got Ohio State, and you've got Penn State. And then you've got
Michigan, depending on their quarterback, the new wonderkin.
Exactly.
Bryce Underwood.
To where you've really got 3 to 4 SEC Big Ten teams compared to what, about five or six SEC teams.
Brent, I threw this to Pat as well. I'll throw it to you. It looks like if you go by first place votes, the majority of the media, they are pretty convinced if the SEC gets 1, 2, 3, or 4 bids in the playoff, it's going to be from Texas, Georgia, Alabama, LSU. There's a pretty decent drop-off. LSU got 20 votes at 4. Yeah. Then it's South Carolina. So that tells you the media thinks one of those 4 are making it in some combination. South Carolina at 5. And remember, guys, hey Pat, we were talking about South Carolina and LSU, how South Carolina is 5 and trying to get to 4. Remember, they probably should have beat LSU last year. Remember all those crazy calls that went against South Carolina?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember. We were at
we were somewhere watching.
What game was that? It wasn't LSU.
Yeah, we were at Florida. Somebody, Ole Miss or something, early in the season. Miami.
It wasn't Miami.
No,
or it was Texas A&M.
It was A&M.
It was A&M.
And you guys remember South Carolina probably got hosed on a couple.
They got hosed
returns
on 2
or something.
Sixes.
Yeah,
on 2 pick sixes.
Yeah. Brent, Pat and I have already talked about South Carolina at 5 with 5.
No.
Florida at 6. No. I think that's pretty fair. I'm not saying I think they're going to finish there. They may go higher, they may go lower. But all we know of Florida, I think they were 12. Patrick pointed this out. They were 12 in this poll last year. Mm-hmm. They've jumped up 6 spots. I think that's a fair jump-off point for Florida to start the season, don't you?
Yeah, I agree. But I could see them being better than that.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
I really do. I mean, when you look at what they've got, particularly offensively, and again, if DJ Lagway is healthy, I think they could. I mean, the schedule is so rough, but when you look at the running backs and Jaden Ball, you look at the wide receivers and Michael Sturdivant, who's coming over in this offensive line. I mean, they've got a real shot at it being special. But the problem is at LSU, at Miami, Texas, and Texas A&M, that sneaks up on them at some point, doesn't it, guys?
That 4 is tough. I think it's interesting though, looking at this poll, and we'll finish it out too. And I want to talk about some of the bottom feeders as well. But when you look at 5, 6, and 7, according to the media, I think it's very interesting. 5, they've got South Carolina. 6, they've got Florida. 7, they've got Ole Miss. So they've got South Carolina ahead of Florida, and Florida ahead of Ole Miss, who a lot of people think Ole Miss is going to be good again. But a lot of these media people think Florida is ahead of Ole Miss. I thought that was interesting.
I think it may be the quarterback situation at Ole Miss.
Maybe.
Now that's usually when they vote. That's what they vote on. It would be the
now Lane Kiffin loves his guy, that Austin Simmons guy. He thinks he's the next guy.
And listen, Austin Simmons is predicting, and maybe Pat can help me figure this out, but he's listed as a sophomore, but he has been, because of his classes, that he has been given some advanced credit because of it. And he is a lot more than a sophomore.
He basically graduated, hadn't he?
Yeah.
Oh,
but basically
wow.
Yeah, how
Wow.
about that, Pat? I mean,
Pat, you're a former SEC Scholar Athlete of the Year. I guess he was taking AV courses in high school, I guess, and stuff, right?
Yeah, he must have. You're saying he pretty much got his undergrad in
Sounds like
2
it.
years?
Doesn't it, Brent?
Yeah, he's pretty close to it.
Yeah, Brent,
absolutely.
Brent said he's basically about to graduate.
So how was he gonna, like, if he graduated? Let's say graduated before the season.
Yeah, they
with all
ask
his
you.
credits. You have to be in class. So yeah, he'll have to start his master's program. He has to.
There have been many guys that have graduated before their sport ends, and the ends. You're asked to take at least like 2 classes. You have to take at least 2 classes, but it's very minimal. And you know, and why not start on your master's if you're going to be there another year or 2? But yeah, isn't that right, Brent? They ask, it's either 2 or 3. Yeah, you don't have to take a full load or anything. 2. Yeah, definitely. All right, guys, let me finish this
knowing this guy, he might cram it.
Yeah, who knows?
He might be trying to get his PhD in a few years.
His senior year, we may be describing, all right, Ole Miss with the ball. There's the snap. Dr. Austin Simmons takes the ball, and Dr. Simmons is rolling out to the right. Dr. Simmons fires a strike, right?
Yeah, it's good.
Right?
Like that.
You never know. Let me finish off the poll, and I've got some thoughts I want to throw you guys' way. Teams at the bottom if it finishes. So, real quick, Texas 1, Georgia 2, Alabama 3, LSU 4. That's the cream of the crop according to the media.
Yeah.
South Carolina 5, Florida 6, Ole Miss 7, Texas A&M 8, Tennessee 9, and I can live with Tennessee at 9. I think they take a step back.
Yeah,
Oklahoma 10. Okay, so let me give you what I'll consider the back half. Okay. Auburn is 11.
Dang.
Missouri 12. Vanderbilt 13, but they got 2 first-place votes. I guess that's Diego Pavia and his mother, probably. Arkansas 14, Kentucky 15, Mississippi State 16. I'm gonna work backward, guys. I want to throw this out. 16, 15, 14. I think Jeff Levy's fine. He took over a mess. They're not going to be very good at 16. I think he's fine. I will say this. If Kentucky does finish 15th, and if Arkansas does finish 14th, I think you've got new coaches at both places. I think Stoops would resign and try. I need to, before he got fired. Yeah. And I think Pittman. Brent, I'll lead you off. What do you think? I think Kentucky.
I think it's
and
good for both of those guys if that's how we finish.
Yeah. Well said, Pat. I agree with you. Brent, what are your thoughts?
I would agree with now. Mississippi State could. I heard this on radio too, that State could, there's a possibility they could get a couple of upsets and they beat Arizona State, which is going to be a real tall task for them. Yeah. It could end up being 6-6. That would be,
in our little scenario here, who can't afford to finish that low? If Mississippi State does what you just said and they knock off a couple of SEC teams, the teams they knock off are probably looking for coaches.
Yeah, probably. Yes, that very well.
Exactly. You're right. Great point, Terry.
I'll tell you one that I'm circling here, and we can bounce around. Brent, you may have some other news and notes from Media Day. I know you got so many good contacts over there. One that I circle here, and Brent, I'll let you go first, Pat as well. If Auburn does finish 11th out of the 16 teams, we'll have to guess at the loss total, but if you finish 11th in the SEC, that's got to be 6-ish losses.
Yes.
Does Auburn, does he survive if they finish 11, or is that at the cut line, or what do you think?
No, he doesn't survive. He really doesn't.
Because of the record? Yeah.
And the reality is, guys, even he has said that. Even Hugh Freeze has said, look, if we're 6-6 or even 7-5, we probably don't survive around here. So, and that opener that they've got at Baylor is going to be humongous for them when you think about that.
I tell you guys, I know I got my magazine, so I've dove into a bunch of things already.
Did you tell Brent Beard how hard it was to find?
Oh, we may have to. I know Casey's tired of this. We may have to go to this visual evidence. It was unbelievable, Brent. I'll go over.
It is unbelievable. It is unbelievable.
And what were we talking about just before then, Brent? What was that?
Auburn. Yeah, Auburn with the Baylor situation.
Baylor. I'm telling you, if we had to make our picks right now, they say pick that game, I'd pick Baylor.
Yeah,
I'd pick Baylor.
Yeah, I understand that.
Baylor's at home. Baylor's looks like they've got at least as much or more coming back than Auburn. And boy, if he loses his first game, good luck with that. Good luck with that. Going back to the poll, I do think it's ironic too, or interesting. Florida at 6, and I could live with that. That's a fair starting point. You know, Florida at times looked lost. They did win some games at the end. Lagway, you got to put a little bit of a fragile label on him. You know, you worry is he going to, all that. How about Florida 6, and they're ahead, according to the media, of a couple teams that beat. You know, they're ahead of A&M, who wiped the floor with them. They're ahead of Tennessee, and they probably should have beat Tennessee toward the end of that game. But
for sure.
I think that's ironic. The only other teams really that beat Florida were LSU. No, they're ahead of LSU, who they beat. Yeah. Georgia and Texas are the only teams that Texas roughed them up, but they caught them at the right time. You know, with a 19th string quarterback.
Yeah. Well, look, Florida is well considered a team now. I'm telling you guys, if they do what they say they're going to do, the committee, if they look at the schedule, and they look at Florida's, and look, Florida's schedule, guys, is 1, 2, 3, or in the nation. Sure. I mean, it's that tough. Y'all agree with that?
I agree. I think it's pretty consensus.
Yeah.
Unless you hate the Gators.
Yes.
You would say, hey, man, love or hate them. That's 1, 2, 3. It can't get much harder.
I'm just saying, if they're 9-3, they're going to. They may beat out and probably should, a 10-2 team that has a lot less opposition than Florida does. Is that a fair statement, you think?
Well, I'm glad you said that. Because going back to the top of the poll and number 3, like what is the biggest thing that Alabama brings this year? Because I know the quarterback's freshman, right?
Yeah.
He
hasn't played
really
much.
Strong,
yes.
Go ahead.
He hasn't played very much. If it's Simpson, he's very very little experience, but they like him, but very little experience.
So they're a team, if their schedule's not too strong, potentially at 10-2.
Yeah.
I could see a 9-3 Florida getting a higher, seeding.
And they don't play each other, so there's no head-to-head. Brent, isn't that the entire what you just said? And I'm gonna paraphrase what you just said. Brent Beard, you just basically said that Greg Sankey, the commissioner of the SEC, before he commits to going to the 9th conference game, which is going to be tough in the SEC. It's one more tough game.
It is.
He wants assurances that strength of schedule is not just lip service, that it matters, because the last thing he wants to do as the SEC commissioner is handcuff his teams by making them play each other again if there's no pot of gold at the end. Isn't that the bottom line why he keeps not diving in on 9 games? He's going, I need an assurance, because Brent, you know this, and Pat, you've been in this media world long enough. You've probably seen this. Strength of schedule looks good on paper. They rarely seem to use it, though. Sankey says, you got to use it, or I'm not going to make my guys play each other because my guys are good.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I would agree with that entirely. I mean, that was a real discussion in Atlanta among the media was, well, what if you have a situation where you've got a team that in Florida was one of the possibilities for that. But still, if you're going to say it, use it. Don't be like
the more I'm thinking about it, guys, it is strength of schedule. Should that not be the next thing you look to break a tiebreaker with? If a teams have similar, like the exact same record, that should be the very next thing. Like, okay, these two teams are 10-2. What is their strength of schedule?
Especially
that team is better.
Especially if those two haven't played, and head-to-head doesn't.
They haven't played.
And head-to-head's thrown out because they haven't played.
I mean, it seems common sense.
Well, it does, but the problem is Pat, they don't always use common sense in this thing.
Yes, yeah.
Is your reality of it, but I'm telling you still, if Florida, and if they go 8-4, that's not going to work. But if you're 9-3 and your 3 losses are close games to Texas and Georgia and who else, guys? Just throw out some
LSU.
No,
on the road.
Yes, and you've got 3 losses that are within what? A touchdown.
One score games.
Yeah. To within that, Florida's got as good an excuse. Well, not excuse. They've got as good as reasoning as anybody does.
Yeah, definitely. Brent, I'm going to turn it to any more smoke, or is this thing out? The whole Saban wants to coach again. Any more smoke on that at all, or has that fire been put out?
No, that one's gone.
Yeah.
People next to Saban denied that, and I think that was, I don't know what exactly that was. He didn't step in and actually say something about it, but he didn't. But people who were close to him said that there's no way he's going back coaching right now. It just look. As far as putting a team together, he would be fine. But when you're talking about NIL, when you're talking about the problems you've got with this stuff, it's just too much for him right now.
Guys, I got a little list from my magazine and some different articles, and this will be the final thing. We'll take it maybe a little bit past the top of the hour, depending on how far this goes. But college football X factors. And these are some X factors from a list I saw, and these are some that just kind of jumped out at me. Feel free if something sparks your interest. No real order or anything, but if something sparks your interest, pro or con, what have you. X factors. And I listed some that kind of turned my head. I totally agree with this. Penn State, they've got the X factor. Drew Aller. He looks the part, but is he going to make the plays? He doesn't make the decisions. Or I don't think he has good ball placement either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well,
that's my concern.
Well, to me, you remember that Drew Allen it was a Notre Dame game, wasn't it, Terry?
Yeah.
Miserable. Had a miserable game, particularly late. No, it wasn't the Notre Dame game. It was a game that they still won, but he threw a pass late in the game, straight to the defender.
Brent, that was the Notre Dame game, I think.
Okay,
that was that eliminated them. They were marching down the field, gonna touchdown or kick a field goal, and he threw a back foot receiver, and the receiver and the DB were the only guys 15 yards downfield within a million miles of it. He could have just clocked it in the ground. And he tries to throw, you're like, what in the world? And he's done that his whole career. So I don't know if you had any thoughts on that, Pat. Georgia, X factor, they say, and I agree with this. And they went out and got some more portal guys. Wide receiver. Georgia dropped more footballs than anybody in the country last year.
Really?
They got to catch it, Pat. That'll kill you, especially on third down.
They caught a lot of tickets, though.
Yeah. Yeah, they did. Don't say that.
A lot of those.
They did. I agree with X Factor LSU, and they lauded this list I saw. Garrett Nussmeier. They think this guy. They think this guy can help his team win games. Brent, I'm impressed with Nussmeier.
Could he have a Joe Burrow type?
He could.
Second season.
Boy, he could.
Absolutely. Look, he.
That's a good point.
It is. Even in a bad year, he's going to throw for 4,000 yards.
Yeah.
He is excellent, and they've got a good group of receivers this year too.
They're LSU. They have to. It's a rule. It's a law, I think. Yeah, right.
Good receivers and DBs always.
Here's an X factor, and it goes to South Carolina. I've seen this guy play a little bit. They think, and this guy is a hell of an athlete. South Carolina, they think they're sitting on Kyle Pitts. They got a kid named Nick Harbor. 6'5", about 240. Man, he looks like they think they've got the next Kyle Pitts. He'll be a He'll be fun to watch. They've got X Factor, Alabama, Oregon. They bracket these two together. X Factor will be quarterback play. They both got what they think are talented quarterbacks, but Dante Moore at Oregon and then Simpson at Alabama. I can live with that. I want to see these guys first, you know.
I'm sure.
Arizona State, they're X Factor, and I haven't really seen this guy play because he was injured when Arizona State was making their run. Remember, they were on TV, and Scatterboo, the running back.
Scatterboo.
Scatterboo.
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo. That's what we call it. He got all the
time.
He got all the PR, and he was so fun to watch. Well, all you heard was Jordan Tyson. They've got an NFL receiver who was out. He was injured. They say this guy could be their receiver, Scatterboo. They think this guy is really, really good, really good player. And then they also have, I think, Patrick, you were mentioning Michigan. Remember, Michigan's got this Bryce Underwood kid. Was he the number one quarterback, I think, coming out? And he was going to go to LSU, right? And he switched to Michigan.
Really good quarterback. He'll make if he plays well, he can make Michigan into who they hope he would be. Now, let me go back real quick to State.
Okay.
You're talking about State. Luke Cronenbook from Florida State ended up there, and Blake Chafin. So they've got multiple quarterbacks at State who could be decent. And the reason I bring this up is they've got Arizona State, the second game of the year, and the game's in Mississippi State. So I'm telling you, they can win that game. They may end up 6-6, which would be amazing.
Hey, you guys called me crazy. Feel free. I'm fine with that. I thought Luke Kromenalk, or whatever his name was, the FSU guy from a year ago, who was about a 4-star. I thought he was pretty good, and I thought he had upside.
Yeah,
I thought he had upside, but he got out of there. All right, guys. Brent, and I don't know, Pat, if you need to get going or not. Brent, can you stay another segment?
No, unfortunately, I've got to run.
Okay.
I wanted to go ahead and get this in today.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. We're fine. We'll end it right here. Go ahead. What do you got?
Yeah, but the important thing is it's going to be a very interesting situation, guys. Now, I mean, we're within what, 2 weeks? Of the preseason starting for everybody. So, but you've got a lot of things that still going on. I mean, in the league, I mean, how good's Florida going to be? How good's Georgia going to be? LSU, Texas. We think, Texas is going to be worthy of winning it again, but we don't know that at this point. Nope. So that's what makes it exciting.
Boy, it is, and it's right around the corner. It is around the corner. Gentlemen, have a great weekend. I appreciate you jumping on first hour. We've got some Major League Baseball. We want to reset the second half of Major League Baseball. And then boy, Scotty Scheffler, don't look now. He is at the top of the British Open.
Well,
halfway home. All right, guys, have a safe, good weekend. We'll reconvene on Monday and have a lot of new stuff to kick around. Thanks, guys.
We will. Take care.
That is Patrick Young and, of course, Brent Beard helping us wrap up hour number one. Major League Baseball, storylines, news and notes going into the second half, and a great this date in sports history, I think, coming up in hour number two on the Young and Norvelle Show.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dine in at Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jack's Beach.
Baker's Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University. Walker Wright, class of 2018, West Nassau High School.
Michael Young, Fletcher High School.
Baker's Sports started in a grassroots way and now outfits much of the Southeast.
Will Olive, Mandarin High School. Go Stangs.
High school sports, travel sports, youth sports of all kinds. They are a one-stop shop carrying Nike, Adidas, Under Armour brands, and more.
Vincent Caldes, Oakleaf High School. Tony Mazzio, Sandwood High School, class of 2002. Samuel Coffrin, Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
Whether it's sports teams on the field or it's your team in the workplace, like our Action Sports Jacks team, and community events like the Dream 18 Golf Tournament, and many others.
Cole Tilley, Hilliard High School. Reagan Webb, Eagles View Academy.
Look good, feel good, play good with Baker Sports. Custom sports apparel since 1997. Shop with the hometown team at bakersport.com.
The rhythm of my heart is beating like a drum, with We Are Martyr rolling off our tongues. Never will we roam, for we know our place is down. Where the ocean meets the skies, we be sailing. Where the ocean meets the skies, we be sailing.
All right, there's the second half kickoff of the show, the Young and Norvelle Show. I want to thank again Brent Beard and Patrick Young for jumping on hour number 1. And we let them get about their weekend as the Friday afternoon is upon us. Terry Norvelle sitting here in the Action Sports Jacks studio. Got some second hour stuff to get to, a bunch of this date in sports history. And Major League Baseball, we've got one final. Earlier today, the Cubs have defeated the Boston Red Sox, which I think is the premier opening second half series in baseball. A couple of Boston red hot, and the Cubs have been a division leader all season long, basically. Cubs 4-1 winners over Boston. So what that does is that knocks Boston ends their 10-game winning streak. And let me take a quick peek. I think if I'm right, I may have it written down here. Yeah, the Cubs opened up the second half, opened up today's game with only a 1-game lead over Milwaukee. So now until obviously Milwaukee will play later tonight as everybody gets going today. But the Cubs 1.5 games depending on Milwaukee. So and then Boston now they have their 10-game winning streak snapped. Boy, they started playing good ball. Goodness gracious, that whole division is playing good ball. AL East. Boston 3.5 back, obviously pending what the Blue Jays do. So baseball off and running here in the second half. I mentioned Boston at the Cubs. That's the best looking on paper series to open up the second half. A couple other series to keep an eye on as the second half has started. San Francisco, the Giants are at Toronto. The Blue Jays, gosh, Casey, are they the story of the first half? That they've got a 2-game lead on the Yankees? No? Tigers, okay, yeah, most wins. But San Francisco will open up a little bit later tonight at Toronto. Toronto, the Blue Jays, 2-game lead on the Yankees, so that'll be a fun one to watch. And San Francisco, obviously, they're more fighting wild card right now, but they're still within striking distance of the Dodgers. 2 good teams going at it there. The Braves are pretty much out of everything. They're in sell mode probably if they got anybody to sell. But the Braves open up hosting the Yankees. So the Yankee circus comes into Atlanta for the weekend. Really more from the Yankees' perspective. Another really good series, though. Gosh darn, I may have sold this one out. Houston at Seattle is probably a better series, isn't it? That's the best series. I know Boston was sexy with that 10-game winning streak, but Houston, I mean, that's a 1-2. That's a 1-2, and a lot of star power, obviously. Home run derby winner and home run leader, Cal Raleigh. Houston has a 5-game lead over Seattle, but, I mean, 5 games is, how has Houston played so well? Has anybody been injured more than Houston? I don't think anybody has. They are just constantly losing a player. But the Astros, 5 games up in the American League West on Seattle. Astros 56-40. And didn't they start rough? Yeah, they started rough. They got going. So, but Seattle is 51-45, and certainly they're not conceding the division, but they're certainly right in the thick of it. It looks like they're going to be in the thick of the 3-team wildcard race all season long. So that's a nice series, Houston at Seattle. And then Milwaukee. We talked about Milwaukee has started to chase down the Cubs. Milwaukee is at Milwaukee. The Brewers are at the Dodgers. So that's pretty. The Dodgers have been scuffling. What was that number? They are 5-7, I think, in this month. Not playing well, and Milwaukee is playing well. Let me see what Milwaukee is doing right now in terms of last 10 and things like that. They are, they're a 7-game heater. They now have the longest winning streak in Major League Baseball, 7 games when the break hit, 8-2 their last 10. So Milwaukee 56-40 as well, trailing the Cubs by a game and a half. It was a game, but as I said, the Cubs won earlier today. I've got a question for maybe for Tuesday, for tomorrow, for Cade Kister. You may know the answer, though, or this may just be a philosophy. Oh, I'm sorry. Tuesday. How about that? Yeah, not. Tuesday. You may know the answer. There may not be a hard answer, and it may just be a philosophical thing about a manager. Okay, baseball takes the All-Star break, right? Everybody played Sunday. You've got Monday, Tuesday, some guys, and this is more from the pitching standpoint, even guys that pitch through 1 inning, basically. Everybody on Tuesday. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Today, would you start your rotation today 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or would you pick up who would have gotten the start if who was Monday's starter but we didn't have a Monday game? How do you think you do that? Yeah. Yes, that's exactly what I was asking. Is that kind of the standard? Yeah, and so 5 out of that. So they wouldn't say, okay, Friday, we can pretty much start at our 1, 2, and 3. No, they'll pick up. Yeah, okay. Yeah. 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 And obviously 1 inning. He hadn't started in a while, but yeah, they're not rushing him back to get his next start. Yeah. You mentioned Fried, and I don't know if people realize that maybe aren't hardcore baseball guys. For a pitcher, a blister can be a long, nagging thing. And obviously the blister that affects you is on your throwing hand, you don't have. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you get a blister somewhere on your fingers, on your fingers. And yes, they have days off, but a blister can take multiple days to really, or you just tear it open, and most of your seasoned pitchers, I guess, are like guitar players. So generally, they've toughened up the contact points, right? But it happens more than you think to some of these veteran guys. But Max Fried is suffering from a blister issue on his throwing hand, and they don't need him missing any starts. Yeah, he has been really, really, really good. For people just tuning in, let me get back to the golf leaderboard real quick. Everything's taken care of over in Ireland. Round 2 is complete, obviously, with the time difference. They are all finished up through the second round. The story of the tournament so far is Scotty Scheffler. Not that Scotty Scheffler and was the favorite, but, I mean, he was, 2 under yesterday, and he has just blistered the course. 64 today. That is the low round of the tournament, halfway through it. Scotty Scheffler sits alone in first place right now through 2 complete rounds. He is 10 under for the tournament. Matt Fitzpatrick, 9 under. Brian Harmon at 8 under. He's a former recent winner. Lee is 8 under, and then a bunch of guys at 5. I'm still pointing. Am I way too premature, though? Boy, if Rory McIlroy could get in that score on that leaderboard Sunday, that would the TV ratings would be great, wouldn't they? Yeah. And Scheffler, and he got his Masters win. He's been in the news. So yeah, boy, if you're NBC and those folks, you are thinking, all right. What's the deal with this Brian Harmon guy? All he can do is win the British Open. Yeah. And he's I don't think he's a lefty. I don't think he's not a long. Yeah. And I heard some national guys saying, generally this is obviously they play on multiple courses over there, not just one. But generally the British Open courses would favor you don't have to be a smash, just crush the ball guy. I don't know if you looked at the scoreboard, though. It is a par 71 instead of a traditional 72, but my God, there are a lot of 60s today. I mean, they jumped on it now. Obviously, the 64 by Scheffler, but there were a bunch of 60s on the board today. 65s all over. I mean, gosh, as a matter of fact, let me see if I counted that right. Go here. 1 second. Let's move the screen. So Scheffler today, 64. He sits on top of the leaderboard halfway through. You have to go about 9 or 10 down. Harris English shot a 70. He's the first guy on the top of the leaderboard. You have to go back down. Lee Westwood, about 20 down, also shot 70. Man. They got on this course today. I don't know that much about it. Is it supposed to be a tough course? Not too bad. So a lot of good scores today. And then as you peruse down toward the bottom, they go up. Looks like the projected cut 1 over is the cut line. Let me see if I can refresh this. That should be here we go. The following players failed to make the cut at +1. So trying to see if there's any big names that Jason Day. I don't know. Is he a big name anymore? Yeah, okay. Trying to see if there's any name guys that are getting on the Concord right now, I guess. No, not a whole lot of a lot of unrecognizable because this is such an international event. But yeah, I'm trying to see. I don't know if you see anybody. Not really. Brooks Koepka, tough day. Say that again. Yeah, 75, 74. He's on a plane. I've always liked that guy after that special. Colin Morikawa, big same thing. 75, 74. Never could get it going. So a few. Let me see if there's any other. What about Cameron Smith? What's his story? Yeah. Is he the guy that lives here now? And he had some wins, and then he hasn't played Okay, he's live. Okay. Is it doing anything? No. KJ Choi is not in the running anymore. Yeah, that's about your big names that didn't make the cut. So, got Scheffler. Woo. Nobody else of note. Is that right? Yeah. I probably skipped him because of pronunciation. Yes. Where's Lee Westwood age-wise? Is he? Yeah. He's. I think we talked about that the other day. Ludwig Eberberg, that guy. Yeah. Woo. And here's one you always want to stay away from the top of the leaderboard. If Scheffler's on the top, I want to punish Xander Schauffele because I always mix up their names. You glance. Xander Schauffele is 2 under for the tournament. He's 8 back. Yeah. Scheffler. Aye. Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and continue here. We'll take it a little bit longer. I think there's 2 or 3 you're going to like here. Got quite a few today. This date sports history. We don't do it every day, but I like it. It's fun. I learn a lot as we do this. We're going to open it up. We'll take it back a little bit if that's okay, Casey. 1878. 1878 on your big. Yes. Well, it was recorded on a tablet as a ding, 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 ding. They carved it in a tablet. So that's where we found this here, side of a cave wall, right? We take it to 1878 on your bingo card. Wimbledon. Your boy Frank Hadlow, he played his one and only tournament at Wimbledon, 1878. He won it and never played again. I never played Wimbledon again, and I'm thinking, did he think, you know what, this tournament's never going to make it? What's the deal there? This thing, they make you wear white. That's never going to catch on, Frank Hadlow, Hadlow. Looks like he was a one-and-done winner at Wimbledon. Said, to hell with it, I'm never playing again. Maybe he got shot? I don't know. How about that? I mean, seriously, did he look up and go, I just don't think this tournament's ever going to amount to anything? All right, okay. They must not have paid much back then. He's the hell with it. How about that? You know what it sounds like? It sounds like you just got bored with it. Not enough competition out there, right? Is that what it says, or is that you? Okay. Is he Juan Valdez? Wow. That's crazy. How about that? He got bored. Now, I'm going to throw something in. You ready for this? Oh, I got to hear it. Hey, are you reading it on the internet? It's real. Hadlow. Oh my God. Can you say new favorite athlete of all time for Terry? I love this guy. Now, Terry, the promoter, how about this now? How about this? This just hit me, and I went back in my notes. Okay, Frank Hadlow. That was 1878. Do you remember this date in sports history the other day? 1882, which is right around that era. That's when I said, this is a sports history. Hey, Williams sisters, hold my beer. The twins and William Renshaw beat his twin brother, Ernest, in Wimbledon. You got to get Hadlow and Renshaw to play. Why didn't they get those two to play? Hey, there's more than one way to stay undefeated, right? Don't play. I was going to ask, did he take up bare knuckle boxing? He went. Dude, this guy was hey, Chuck Norris, hold my beer. Right? Wow. And you know what? Casey, I told you you're gonna like a lot of these. That wasn't one I thought that would just kill you, but yes. Ever. Let's start the Frank Hadlow Award. Those stupid ESPYs they had the other night. The Frank Hadlow. Holy cow, that was number 1 today. You ready? 1912 Cubs. 21 hits in a Major League Baseball game, and they lose. How do you lose with 21 freaking hits? God, that's terrible. Is that right? 1 year later, Major League Baseball, 1913, this date in sports history. Christy Mathewson, you've heard of him, one of the great early pitchers in Major League Baseball. His consecutive innings without issuing a walk streak ended 69. Now, unconfirmed, Angel Hernandez may have been behind the plate. May have been behind him. Some people said it looked more like Eric Gregg. Do you remember Eric Gregg? Yeah, or stay with Angel Hernandez. Angel call anything, won't he? I'm not sure Angel even has his eyes open for most of the plays. Yeah, yes. This date, sports history, 1943. The Giants strand 30 base runners in a loss. For the love of Pete, I don't know. 30. Somebody, can I get a sack bunt? Can I then get a sack fly? My goodness gracious. All right, here's a great one, man. This is great. This date in sports history, 1954. The Cardinals lose a game that went down as an 8-1 forfeit to the Phillies because the Cardinals were forced to forfeit because they were supposedly stalling the game in the 5th inning. I guess they saw a huge cloud. I swear to you. Is that great? That is so great. Right? And I guess there may be different rules. You know, after 4.5, I think most games are complete. But who knows, back in 54. They got forfeited because they were stalling. It had to be rain-induced, right? Wonder why I love doing these. All right, hold on. No, we're not even close here. This is the best one. This really just makes you think, and this is a good. This has been a debate in baseball for a long time. 1961. Ford Frick, who was the commissioner at the time, you've heard that name, Ford Frick. He, as the commissioner, sends out a mandate. He says that Babe Ruth's single-season home run record of 60 has to be broken to be recognized in 154 games. Backstory. 1960 was an expansion year. American League went from 8 to 10 teams. So that was the first year they went from 154 games in Major League Baseball to 162, where they're at now. So they added games because they added 2 teams. So, have you followed this ever? Roger Maris, obviously, that year broke Babe Ruth's, the movie 61, Roger, right? It's very, very famous. And this has been an argument, talking point forever. Maris broke it in 162 games. The first year of 162 games. He hit 61 in 162. Game 162. Ruth hit 60 in game 154. So, at the time of Maris's historic season, Maris was on 58 at 154. right? So he was too short in the same amount of games, but he went on to hit 60. He hit his 60th in 159, and then the next day, the final game of the season, he broke it. Well, you've got people are on both sides of this thing. Really are. And here's the deal, too. Maris held that record, the single-season record, no matter what side of you're on. You know, a lot of people recognize it. The other controversy doesn't have an asterisk next to it. And if you remember the movie 61, the asterisk was the big thing. Some people asterisk, some people don't. But this was a huge, and still is to this day, you can get baseball people on each side of this that go at it. Or you think about it, some people say, well, okay, why does it matter right now? It's been broken. Well, Marist held it for 37 years. That's 37 more years Ruth could have held it. But, you know, and I know it's posthumously, he was well dead, but still, I mean, that, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But see, I lean on a little bit like what we're starting to see in NFL. I mean, how do you correlate Saquon Barkley with a 17-game regular season having a better year than O.J. Simpson with a 14-game regular season? Both of them top two. Yeah, I mean, to me, that's pretty cut and dry. More games. Got to be fair. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. 25 games. Yeah. 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 That is a good, that's one of the great baseball arguments of all time when you get a couple people on either side. And I can understand both of them. And yeah, and just to mess it around a little bit, it was Yankee on Yankee too. But it was Babe freaking Ruth, you know. But I mean, he's Babe Ruth, you know. He was Babe Ruth. You know, if it was and Sosa and them. If it was reversed, though, it wouldn't have been as bad. If it was and Maris had a good career. He wasn't a Hall of Famer. He was a good career. Maris wasn't a bad player. He was a good career. But if it was in reverse, if the Babe broke just this guy that had a really good year out of the blue, but he did it in more games, yeah, that's fine. He's a Babe, right? I think it would have been easier accepted if it was the other way around. All right, a couple more here. This date sports history, 1962. The Twins record 11 runs in the first inning by way of 2 grand slams in the first inning. Oh, that 11 in the first, 2 grannies. You wonder if the guy, did they leave the starter in for both, or did they get him out? All right, this is kind of a neat one. NFL. This date, 1960. Yeah, obviously the boys of summer, so they dominate the the summer history. This date, 1969. NFL related. Joe Namath, the great, not great, he was good. He was flamboyant and flashy, but Joe Namath, he ended up selling. I remember he started with he was known for the Jets, played in New York, Broadway Joe, Joe Namath. Joe Namath, 1969, was told if he wanted to stay in the NFL, he had to sell his nightclub, Bachelor's 3, in New York City. It was a really, supposedly, one of the hot spots. He was Joe Namath. He was, Mr. Pretty Guy and mink coats and Broadway Joe. And he ran with, when he was in New York, I mean, he played that style, man. I mean, he ran with Sinatra and the Rat Pack. And, I mean, his place, so he opens up a nightclub. He has money, opens up a nightclub. And the thing that the NFL didn't like, and they said, you either sell this, we don't want you in stake, because there was too much undercurrent of a lot of shady characters, a lot of mafia, a lot of break your kneecaps and embezzle your money. Yeah. So he sold it. He sold his club, Bachelor's 3. Yeah, it is a good name. And it's got to be good when you walk into the nightclub, Bachelor's 3, you own the damn place, and you're wearing a friggin' mink coat. in New York City. That doesn't hurt, does it? Okay. Attaboy Sam. Why? No. You sure you don't have that backward? No, I'm just saying. Why would the guy that is up 11-0? He punched. He didn't like a call. Casey, he didn't like the call. He thought they should have been up 12-0 because that was a terrible third strike call. Holy cow. Man, I've heard of, I've heard of coaches say, hey, listen, play the game. Don't look at the scoreboard. Just play the game. My God. He took that to an extreme. All right, this one has been percolating the last couple weeks, and it'll end, I think, today. This date, 1987, Don Mattingly hits his 8th straight home run, eight game straight home run streak. 8 in a row. Man, no kidding. He's like, what do you mean we're off tomorrow? No, right? No. All right, we'll have a little fun with this last one here. Yeah, it's a stretch, sort of sports related and entertainment. You'll like it. This date, 2008. Shea Stadium. Shea Stadium hosted an event called The Last Play at Shea. Any idea? Absolutely, it's a concert. Shea Stadium was built in 1964. It was scheduled to be razzed, knocked down, 2008 for what city? City is it? And probably since the chairman of the board, who we referenced a couple times this week, Frank Sinatra, was not with us. He had passed. He probably could have pulled this off, but the next most famous New York City embraced the city loved him, Billy Joel. So Billy Joel played the last event before it was going to get razzed. Huge sellout. I think it was multiple nights, but this was the last night, and it was called The Last Play at Shea. And among some of the guests he had that rolled on and off the stage and accompanied him with songs, Roger Daltrey, lead singer of The Who. I left my home in San Francisco. Tony Bennett, the great Tony Bennett. Garth Brooks, and my main man, Paul McCartney. Yeah, greatest entertainer in the history of music. My man. I love that guy. I don't think they were all of them. That was the big ones, and they all went up and sang, and then why? Yeah. I don't know if maybe did they do a duet or something maybe somewhere or. Oh, is that right? I don't know the country scene real well. Never been a real country guy, but obviously Garth Brooks. I heard this, and this may explain why. This was in 2008. Yeah, and I was told one time by a country aficionado, person that really likes country music. He told me, and Garth Brooks, was monstrous in the 90s. Well, he told me, and this makes sense, Garth was still probably really huge by 2008. He told me that if anybody that knows country music had all but died in the 80s. You had 70s, it was disco, that was hurting country music. 80s, it was glam rock and techno and not grunge, but the stuff from like Sex Pistols and all that, all that was winding. But country music had got, and my buddy told me that people that know country music say Garth Brooks saved country music. He came through with a couple smash albums, and he kind of crossed over a little bit in the 90s, So he was probably huge. I've seen this concert, and he pops up on stage with a Mets jersey. So maybe he somehow was a Met fan. Baseball guy. That makes sense. Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, it's been on. It's very watchable. And I like McCartney, so when he comes out and does his, I think he was the final one. But no, it's good. You can see it out there. Yeah, yeah. It saves you a lot of money. Saves you a lot of money. Yeah. Hey, why don't they broadcast like concerts? And you think I'm kidding? I've thought about this for years. I'm like, the people that are going are going to go. And why wouldn't you, on a pay-per-view, why wouldn't you just broadcast? Like, let's say, Garth Brooks is playing at the arena tonight. Yes. Why? And the first answer, well, you're going to kill the gate. I don't think so. Particularly the popular people, they're going to draw their. You're going if you're going, and why would you turn that money? Why tonight, outside of a 100-mile radius, why wouldn't you say, yeah, let's make $5 off people that are going to sit home and watch? You thought of that, really? Yeah. Nor did I. That hit me when I think I was working at the arena. I'm going, well, why wouldn't this be broadcast? Absolutely, every concert. Absolutely, every kind, and that looks like to me when I'm down there, they're not using the camera I use for my stream. I mean, this would be broadcast quality, and they've got all that tech. They could easily send that feed out. Hell, they do it for when they do the big wrestling, the big MMA Dana White stuff. That gets broadcast all over the world from right there. And doesn't hurt. Yeah, I've always wondered that. Why wouldn't they? You would think. You would think. All right, that's it. Those were pretty good, weren't they? I highlighted, and you threw in Wimbledon. I didn't think that was going to be one, but you like that one? You ended up liking the Ford Frick one, the home run Babe Ruth. Joe Namath, did you like that one? Yeah. They were not going to let him play anymore. He didn't sell it. The Billy Joel, and then I thought it was pretty cool, the forfeit. Yes. The Wimbledon one, though, God, that guy's great. Ever. I mean, 6-0. It's so good he went and shot tigers out in Africa. Are you sure he didn't just bear wrestle them? I think he wrestled. I think you read that wrong. I got to get a shirt that says Frank Radlow and see if I got a shirt and flew around the world, would anyone go, hey, is that the tennis guy? Hey, I'm his fan club president. You want to join? Isn't that great? Isn't that great? I'm out. He said, I'm out. I am out. All right, what do we got? One more break. Let's take one more break. We'll kind of come back, look back again for people just tuning in. We'll look at the British Open scoreboard. 2 down, 2 to go over the weekend. I haven't really watched much, Casey. Have you peeked? Is the weather okay? Yeah, okay. I haven't really looked up. I would imagine the weather's okay with these scores, though, right? Are you old enough to remember? And this wasn't just a black and white TV thing. This was color, but I guess getting back to quality of broadcast, for the longest time, man, we'd be over here watching the British Open here in the United States, and those courses and black and white and even color TVs, they weren't as vivid, obviously, as they are now. And man, you could never, okay, which way are they aiming? I don't see a fairway. It all just looked like mush out there with a bunch of kikuyu grass somewhere. And you're like, I'll take it for I guess he hit a good shot. I don't know. And they've got, I don't know if it's all those British Open courses, but one or two of them, I think, they've got several holes where one big green has 2 holes. You know that? Yeah, they're just massive. And there's a flag stick for 7, and then about 112 yards the other way, there's a flag stick for 9. That's nuts. That is nuts. All right, let's take a break, come back, we'll start wrapping up and get back into a little baseball, see who's on the mound, if we got any good matchups. That and a whole lot more, putting the finishing touches on a Friday edition of the Young and Norvelle Show.
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dine in at Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jax PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
It's been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jax PAL.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jack's Beach.
There's a saying in sports, you can't win them all, but you can win a lot with good folks on your team. Like that one painter, First Coast. It's tough to beat the sun in Florida, so your home fades. It's tough to beat that HOA when they come calling. Beat the sun, beat the HOA with that one painter, First Coast. And it's a good time to do it. Less rain to work around and painting in mild temperatures is perfect. After all, the paint bonds to the surface so much better. Give that one painter First Coast a call at 904-417-3557 or look them up at first-coast.thatonepainter.com. Fast estimate, guidance on color and HOA requirements, and the highest quality job you'll find anywhere. Be a big winner in your neighborhood with that one painter First Coast on your team.
When you think sports, you think Action Sports Jax, the official station of the Jaguars, on location for every game. But the most experienced team in town doesn't stop there. From high school football to the big events in the area, Action Sports Jax is always on. Now, we take that to a new level. Action Sports Jax 24/7 is around-the-clock coverage of the teams you love and the moments you can't miss. The best local sports in Jacksonville on Action Sports Jax 24/7.
Okay, back we are. That's where it'll be happening tomorrow. Rookies on that field. Rookies across the NFL fields as well. And then, what is it, Tuesday, I think it is, as we welcome back the Young and Norvelle Show. Coming to you here from the Action Sports Jax studios. Brent and Austin and the gang, midday, they'll have tons of coverage from training camp. And we're at three. We're still at 3 games of preseason, right? We're going to, we know, but we still got 3. And 1 workout with the Dolphins. And that's down. It'll be 2, but it'll be down there with the Dolphins because the game's down there. Yeah. And Steelers first. Will Aaron Rodgers have a helmet and pads on, you think, in that game? Or yeah, probably not, right? Yeah. I'm kind of like Aaron Rodgers, you know?
Yeah.
I saw him in his uniform, was it today, yesterday? It looked funny.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's goofy, but one more run for Aaron.
Yes, and this is it, right? I mean, this is it, right?
Oh, definitely.
This is Super Bowl win, this is it. Short of that, this is it.
Yeah, even if they win, this will be it. But
you would think.
They're not winning. They're not that good.
When he popped up, I was with some friends. We popped up on the TV, I think yesterday or the day before.
Mm-hmm.
Where did he came out of Cal, right?
He did.
Cal Bear. And a pretty noted, you know, I mean,
yeah.
Pretty good college player. Everybody knew he was going to be. I think he was a late draft, though, right? He went later.
Yeah, he slipped. They thought he was going to be earlier.
Yeah, he was one of those green room awkward.
Yes, he's like one of the first ones of that.
Yeah, but when he made the league and coming out of college, I remember him at Cal. For me, it feels like the first 10 years, he didn't really give a hint that he was crazy.
He didn't play.
But then the crazy showed up.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't. You don't really care about your backup quarterbacks. Like, he didn't play when he sat behind Favre.
Yeah.
And then when he got in, it was Green Bay, so nobody really, I don't want to say nobody really cared, but, I mean, there wasn't a lot of, I guess, opportunity to be openly crazy. And then, I guess, once you get to a point where you feel like you can say whatever you want, and, like, I don't necessarily blame him for that.
Yeah.
Everyone's got opinions, but
he took some crazy pills.
He just decided to start saying everything.
And I remember, obviously, he sat and sat and sat and sat. I remember that. But when he got playing and became Aaron Rodgers, those first few years, I just don't remember him being crazy.
I agree with that.
And then he
just never said anything. Like, before, he never said anything. Yeah. He talked, and then he just randomly started saying stuff.
Yeah, then he just went right off the crazy bridge.
Yeah. So, I mean, probably thinking it the whole time, you know. Yeah. And he just decided to say it.
I mean, he went off the crazy bridge, and he was driving. It wasn't like somebody pushed him off the crazy bridge.
Yeah, it's just
and then he had that period.
Ayahuasca and all that. He just said
Yeah. Then he had that period. I think he slowed this down. He had life goals. You know, we all have goals, and I think he wrote them down. He wanted to date every supermodel in the world.
I don't know if he wrote that part down, but
he made a run at it, didn't he?
He did. He's supposedly married now. So
is he?
Yeah. That's the big.
Now, this is a hidden.
Yeah, nobody
woman.
Nobody knows who she is, but he is indeed married.
Hey, just give him a couple tickets to Coldplay.
There you go.
Then we'll all know, right?
That's a great point, actually.
Go see
Coldplay.
Go see Coldplay.
I'm sure they'll go to Pittsburgh.
Scotty Scheffler leading the British Open for as we start to get out of here. 10 under. He had 68 round one, chased that with a 64 today. Fitzpatrick, Harmon, a couple other names at the top of the board, but Scotty Scheffler leads by one. Rory McIlroy, probably the next biggest name. He is hovering at -2, so he's 8 back, but at 2 full rounds to go. That's one guy we'll track as well. If those two could get on the board together on Sunday. I'm sorry, Rory McIlroy 3 under. So he's 7 behind right now, which is very, very doable. Very doable. British Open the rest of the weekend. But what's it get going like at 9 a.m.?
On NBC, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, about 9.
Technically, it'll get going at like 6, but...
Yeah, they're 5 behind us.
5 behind, yep.
So let's kind of count this out. On a event, Masters on
6.
The leaders start going off 2:33.
Yeah.
If it's Eastern time zone, generally, right?
Mm-hmm.
The leaders on Saturday, Sunday, they're 5 ahead of us.
Yes.
So the leaders would start going off 5 hours.
7.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? We watched night golf? Night here.
No, you're backwards. 7 a.m. No, wait.
Oh. No?
I don't know.
They're 5 ahead of us. So if our leaders go off at 2:30-ish on the weekends, Eastern time.
Yep.
3, 4, 5, 6. The leaders won't go off till 7? I think that's right. 7-ish. Are we doing math?
I think you're going the wrong way.
Am I?
Because there's no way it starts at 6 a.m.
Yeah, going the wrong way.
Yeah.
So 2, 1, 12, 11, 10, 9. Yeah, the leaders will go off at 9-ish, 10-ish.
Yes, correct.
Oh, I like that. Man, I'll see you at the bar. I'll see you at the bar early morning.
All right.
We got to open up. Hey.
It's true. No, I mean, you're not wrong.
Right?
I wouldn't knock, but yeah.
Huh.
You ever knocked on the door of a bar? Open up, please.
I'm proud to say no.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's not coming.
That was a confident knock you just gave there.
That
so
was.
It made it seem like you'd done it before.
Fair enough, but no. And you know, man, you know how I live my life. God and Santa are always listening.
That is.
I can honestly say I have never. Hey, you open up. Let's go.
That's good.
I'm gonna put my card under the door then. Okay, send me a drink out.
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
But I would think, and free advertising, but I like the place. If you're Colhane's,
okay,
why wouldn't you open that? Colhane's has 2 locations. One I go to a lot down at the beach. You know, it's an Irish bar. The Colhane sisters, right? Been around a long time. And they are big into soccer and all because, you know, the Colhanes. Why would they not open for the British show? They probably do.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense.
Wow. Tomorrow I may have my earliest drink ever at Colhane's.
I will say this one.
How about breakfast?
I know this happens throughout the world or our country. My buddy and his dad are big Arsenal fans. You know Arsenal?
Soccer?
Yep, English Premier League. Very similar situation.
Yeah.
5 ahead. So they play games at, kind of like we just talked about, 1 in the afternoon or whatever, and over here it's early. So I know they have been in a bar multiple times at 7 a.m. But there's these bars that are like established as like an Arsenal bar.
Yeah.
So that's when they open.
Yeah. That's kind of Colhane's. I've walked into Colhane's like and not knowing. You'll walk in on a weird time and you open that door and it's just packed.
Uh-huh.
And sometimes it's rugby. Most of the time it's soccer though.
Yeah.
And I mean packed, but it's a weird, it'll be Saturday at 11. You're meeting a buddy for lunch or something, and packed. Just wow. And buddy, they're into it now. I mean, into it.
Oh yeah.
Did you hear? You were around sports history a couple of days ago when that 1950 World Cup match Brazil hosted 205,000 people.
Yeah, a lot of humans.
God, a lot of humans. All right, so that's the British Open. I want to make sure we get the SEC in, but real quick, baseball. Cubs have won today. It's the only game that is complete. You're kind of pay attention to series coming up this weekend. Houston at Seattle. That's a big one. Houston leads Seattle by 5 games. 2 good teams there. Milwaukee at the Dodgers. Dodgers need to jump out and have a good start to the second half. Boy, they were 8-0 to start the first half. San Francisco at Toronto. That should be fun. The Blue Jays leading the Yankees by 2. But that division, man. 4 of the 5 teams well over 50 wins or more. Boston and the Cubs continue all weekend. That's a good series. Boston just had their 10-game winning streak snapped. Milwaukee, as I said, at the Dodgers, they have a 7-game winning streak. So going to be a fun half. Yankees trying to, steady the ship a little bit. They won some toward the end. They open up at the Braves. Too bad the Braves aren't good. That'd be a fun series if the Braves were 10 games better,
I'm sure a lot of people had that circled.
You would think.
But, yeah.
Yeah, you would think. That would be one people wanted to go to. Couple minutes. Let me see if we can get some of this out in case you missed it. SEC Media Days out of Atlanta ended yesterday. And you heard Brent say that they normally would turn this out yesterday, but they turned it out today, Friday. The media vote on who all the media members vote before they leave, or they're asked to anyway. And you've got the top. Here's how the voting played out. Texas, according to the media members, Texas will win the SEC football conference title. Texas won with 96 votes. Georgia, 2. Not a surprise that Texas has won, but the margin. Georgia got 44 votes. I thought there was a big number. I thought Georgia would be closer than that. Alabama, 3 with 29 first-place votes. And then LSU 4 with 20, and then it kind of drops off. You can kind of see what the media think are thinking. They're thinking Texas, Georgia, Alabama, LSU. Depending on how many SEC teams get in the tournament, the college football tournament, it'll be one of those 4 or some combination, at least one, but some combination of those 4. Then you kind of have that next level. Number 5, according to the media, South Carolina. Number 6, Florida, which I think is a good starting spot. You think that's fair for Florida?
I do.
Yeah, and I think if you're Florida, knowing what they've done the last 12 years or whatever, yeah, you'll take that.
Yeah.
You'll take that.
Yeah, I think it's a good spot.
They were 12 last year in this poll. But
Big
the group, South Carolina, Florida, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, and I guess I'll throw Tennessee. I think Tennessee takes a step back. But that group right there, I wouldn't be stunned if one of those teams had a special year.
Sure.
But they wouldn't be one of my top 4, none of those. And then starting at 10, Oklahoma, Auburn, if they finish 11th, they may lose their coach. Missouri, Vanderbilt, even though they had their best year. Vanderbilt got 2 first-place votes, by the way. They're picked 13th. Arkansas 14, Kentucky 15, and Mississippi State. I hate to keep bringing this up. Mississippi State is still scuffling with their program from the death of Mike Leach. That really, really backed them up. I mean, gosh, he died like in December, I think, as well.
Yeah.
They bumped up Arnett, the interim, gave him 1 year. He wasn't the guy, and that's tough. And the shame is Leach had them respectable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they could beat you. All right. That'll wrap it up. Weekend is upon us. Have a great weekend. Have a safe weekend. We'll get back together. A lot of that to talk about. National Football League talk as rookie camps open up tomorrow. Have a great weekend. We'll talk on Monday, the next edition of the Young and Norvelle Show.
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dine in at Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jax PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
This has been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jax PAL.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jack's Beach.
There's a saying in sports, you can't win them all, but you can win a lot with good folks on your team. Like that one painter, First Coast. It's tough to beat the sun in Florida, so your home fades. It's tough to beat that HOA when they come calling. Beat the sun, beat the HOA with that one painter, First Coast. And it's a good time to do it. Less rain to work around and painting in mild temperatures is perfect. After all, the paint bonds to the surface so much better. Give that one painter First Coast a call at 904-417-3557 or look them up at first-coast.thatonepainter.com. Fast estimate, guidance on color and HOA requirements, and the highest quality job you'll find anywhere. Be a big winner in your neighborhood with that one painter First Coast on your team.
When you think sports, you think Action Sports Jacks, the official station of the Jaguars, on location for every game. But the most experienced team in town doesn't stop there. From high school football to the big events in the area, Action Sports Jacks is always on. Now, we take that to a new level. Action Sports Jacks 24/7 is around-the-clock coverage of the teams you love and the moments you can't miss. The best local sports in Jacksonville on Action Sports Jacks 24/7.